Prepare to be blinded by science.
Oh, it's so weird.
Weird. Yeah, it's weird. Weird Science is what we're watching for the month of buddy comedies we're doing here on Mallard Matinee.
Yeah.
Yes, welcome back to Mallard Matinee. It's your favorite duo of movie reviewers here, and we are talking about buddy comedies this whole month. I mean, it's only two. We only got
couple of buddies talking about buddy comedies.
Yeah. We've had 2 movies, and this is the final one for the month of March. Yeah. We're talking about Weird Science. It's a 1985 movie.
Directed by John Hughes.
John Hughes is director.
Big 80s. Lots of 80s movies.
Lots of 80s references in this, I would say. Yeah. But before we get too much into the movie itself, let's talk about how we found out about the movies. So you can go first.
So I've never seen this movie in its entirety until just recently. I'd seen bits and pieces of it, so I knew about certain characters. I knew about certain things that happened, and my actual first foray into the weird science world was actually the TV show that came out in 1994. It was a Weird Science based off the same characters, the same concept. These 2 boys created a girl. I think the same characters as well too. And she was basically like a genie for them. Every episode, there'd be some sort of magical thing that she would do for them. And one episode I remember her doing was like turning them into girls. And so they were like playing with their boobies and stuff like that in one episode. You only see them as their boy counterpart version, but you see like in the mirror looking at themselves like, look at these. It was a little bit of a funny show, but it was also dumb. And
I have never heard of that.
There was a TV show. I only watched a few episodes of it. That was my first foray into Weird Science until seeing the full movie now. Just recently, like the 1985, just yesterday for the first time in its entirety.
And that was a live action show.
Yeah.
Never heard of it. It's weird.
It was more of it might have been like Nickelodeon. It was like a kids show, or maybe teen show.
Like when we're talking about like girls, you can see them in the mirror in their women's bodies. Like
you only saw them as themselves.
Were they full grown women?
I don't know if you ever saw them as their female selves.
Oh.
You saw them as themselves.
Boys, yeah.
They saw themselves as these females, and everybody else saw them as these females. But we still saw them as the actors.
Oh yeah, I was just like, that's kind of weird if they were showing like if they they're 14-year-old boys. Or
I think we saw them as themselves.
And then if they were showing like I was like playing with their boobs and stuff, like ooh, that's kind of weird.
That's just the part that I remember from one episode from so many years ago.
Anyway, so my experience, I had never seen this movie at all. Like I had heard about it. And I'd maybe seen like parts of a scene. Like I know I'd seen that Kelly LeBrock, who's like the Lisa.
Yeah.
Like I know I'd seen images of her like standing in the smoky doorway where she first comes in. But that's about it. I didn't know anything else. Like, any of the actors until like Robert Downey Jr. became a bigger star.
Yeah. And
then afterwards, like I was kind of looking at his filmography because for me, when Robert Downey Jr. became a thing in 2008. I was like, looking back at his career, because he had time in jail. Like, he was doing movies before that. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what did he do before? And I was like, Weird Science. That feels like a weird compared to Iron Man and stuff, it feels like completely different. So I was like, I always kept it in the back of my head until now when I watched it for the first time, just like last week.
There's a lot of like big name actors nowadays that you wouldn't really believe their start. Like you look at Kevin Bacon, like you see him like in Friday the 13th as a teen in that movie.
Well, there's a couple of big name stars in here too.
There is.
Do you have the cast list?
I do have the cast list if you want. I can start off with them. The 2 main characters. So we got Garrett and we got Wyatt. Starting with Garrett is Anthony Michael Hall, which is the blonde, taller boy.
I don't really know him from a whole lot. Like he is in Breakfast Club, right?
He might have been. I
feel like he's in Breakfast Club and he plays more of the jock character.
I think I know him from the first vacation movie, National Lampoon's Vacation.
Okay.
He played Rusty.
Yeah, okay.
In the first one.
But I feel like if I am right and he was from the Breakfast Club, then he definitely got more buff. I feel like maybe this movie was like kind of like
the thing is, The Breakfast Club came out the same year as this.
Oh.
Directed by John Hughes as well, actually.
I'll look it up when we're talking about the other characters and stuff. But yeah,
he was actually kind of he was a lot more interested in the Breakfast Club movie that he was doing. So he was kind of competing for his attention, making both these movies at the same time. But yeah, he directed both of these movies actually. So if he was in that movie as well too. He directed Breakfast Club and he directed
Anthony Michael Hall.
Oh, sorry, no, I'm saying John Hughes.
John Hughes.
I'm sorry, John Hughes directed both of these movies. But I'm I'm saying if he's in the Breakfast Club, then he was.
Oh.
It was the same year that this movie came out as well.
Okay.
85 as well.
Well, yeah, if he's the same guy from the Breakfast Club, Anthony Michael Hall really buffed up. Like, I feel like maybe it was kind of a wake up call because he was like really thin and stuff. But like here, his character is like, to me, he's more of a perv than anything. Like, there is his friend Wyatt, but Wyatt's kind of like, I guess, more normal, more caring,
He's
thoughtful.
definitely not as pervy, yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are pervy in this. I feel like this movie was very pervy.
I know. I looked into it and like for the reviews and stuff. Like I was really saying, this is like one of those like Revenge of the Nerds. I don't know what they call it, like the nerd genre or whatever kind of thing. That how it falls in where it's a lot of pervy stuff.
A teen, raunchy comedy. It's not super raunchy like you're gonna get from American Pie, but there is raunch to it.
He was in Breakfast Club.
He was. Okay, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
So for him to like fill out to be bigger in the same year. Maybe just put on some pounds?
Maybe they just made him look different. I don't know if he's ever shirtless because he's definitely shirtless in this.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just feels a little bit like pervy. Like I didn't really like his character because he felt a little bit too like just. I'd be like, dude, just shut up for a bit. Like stop being such a fucking loser.
I felt like both of these main actors felt almost like cartoon characters. Like they were exaggerated. They were a lot of the characters in this movie were very exaggerated for the comedy of it all.
I felt Wyatt was a little bit more down to earth though.
Maybe a little more so, but like especially like Gary when he gets drunk and he's that was kind of a little hard to watch. Like that. Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get
to that. But yeah.
But Wyatt, I don't know if you know who the actor is.
The actor, I got his name here. Unless
you have something more you want to add about Gary.
No. Gary was a lot more exaggerated, and I'd say he was probably the main lead out of the two. He was. I saw him more Wyatt.
Going in, I thought he was going to be, but then like probably by like a third of the way in, basically when Kelly LeBrock kind of shows up, I feel like it goes to Wyatt, and Wyatt's more the main character, in my opinion.
So Wyatt is Ilan Michael Smith, I believe is how you say it. Ilan. Is Wyatt. Yeah, he's smaller. He's definitely not as loud as his buddy Gary.
Yeah,
and
he's got some timid parts to his personality.
Yeah, he's the Garth to Gary's Wayne, I would say.
Yeah, it's like Gary's the one that gets him in trouble a lot. Like he goes along with Gary. It feels like he's maybe kind of with Gary because they don't seem to hang out with anyone else. They say that they're losers and stuff in school.
Yeah, they get made fun of. They get picked on.
I find it weird that that actor, didn't go on to do more stuff because I liked him more than Michael Hall in this one.
Mm-hmm.
So
he was easier to watch. He wasn't definitely as outlandish as Gary.
Yeah, he seems more thoughtful, like timid and thoughtful. And he's not just over the top like Gary is.
Yeah, for sure. And then we can go to Wyatt's brother, Bill Paxton, which was checked.
Yeah, there he is, another big actor. He looks like a 30-some-year-old, like his head anyways, 40-year-old, late 30s head on a scrawny-ish body. He's not that ripped or anything, even though he's supposed to be this big, intimidating older brother. He's not really that ripped or anything. But
and this would have been after Transformer, but before I think he was in Aliens. So I guess
definitely before Aliens.
Yeah, well, Aliens I think was the year after. I think it was '86, so it would have been right after. So I think he was a bit bigger in Aliens. I think for the asshole dick brother, he does a good job as that character.
I can't get over like him being like an older guy the whole time. That's what bugs me. Like I can't look at him and be like, oh yeah, he looks like
he doesn't feel like a 20-year-old.
Like a college age guy. No, he doesn't look like that.
Yeah,
I couldn't get over that.
Yeah,
but he does play the asshole older brother pretty good.
Yeah. And again, I think he was pretty exaggerated, as a lot of these characters are, as that asshole brother. But he did a good job. He was basically just always on his brother's ass. Robert Downey Jr. we can go to. I don't know the buddy that he's with. I don't know what the actor's name. I didn't look that up. I didn't think it was important. I just put Robert Downey Jr. because we know him.
Yeah.
And so to see him in this role it is a smaller role for a guy that's a big, well-named actor, and he was kind of an asshole. He was like a jock or a bully, you could say, for the two leads of the movie.
He feels very 80s heavy. Like he's got I swear he's wearing eyeliner and his hair's done weird. Like it's like a Boy George the bully type thing with his character going on.
See that.
And like him and his other friend, they're kind of the same in that they just do not respect like their girlfriends at all. Like they're always just horn dogging for the next person.
Yeah.
Although they definitely have a more cooler air about themselves than Gary or Wyatt.
Yeah, exactly. again, they play their role as the bullies, and it's again exaggerated to what you would expect to be, especially from the '80s version of what bullies would be. And then Kelly LeBrock was Lisa, so that was the chick that they made in the lab. She was I think she was fantastic. I really liked her. Does she actually have that English accent? I don't even know.
I would think so. I want to say I saw that she was like from the British Isles somewhere, but I can't say for certain. But yeah, she kind of plays like, I mean, obviously she's, technology based, but she's like a genie, basically. Mm-hmm. She's like a genie, and the way she talks and stuff feels like robotic at times. Mm-hmm. Like she's like, I can do this, but you have to remember, like, she always puts in like these warnings and stuff, or tries to put a message with what she's doing.
Yeah.
And I think she's very good. I feel though that she was probably like more of a model, like, a runway model or whatever, magazine cover model.
Yeah, I don't know if she was much of an actress.
Before she came to acting. Yeah. So she plays she doesn't have to put any personality in because she's playing a created robotic woman.
Yeah.
So that works for her.
Which is kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator. Brought that up, right? Like him working as a Terminator is perfect because he doesn't have to act really well. He just has to be this robotic guy.
Yeah.
Which it works for her because she's just this program that they made into this human being.
Yeah.
And I thought she did, a good job as that character. And then you could throw both of these girls at the same time. So Deb and Hilly, played by Suzanne Snyder and Judy Aronson. They were okay. They filled the role of the girls that the boys were actually seeking. Yeah. Okay, they didn't have to do anything to stand out, I don't think.
Yeah, that one girl that gets with Wyatt reminds me of like the Jubilee actress from like one of the X-Men movies. I can't remember if it's like Future
I can
Past
see that. Yeah. Okay.
Kind of reminds me of that. But like, they're kind of like nothing roles. They play the girls who are originally with the bullies. They're dating them, I guess. Although they have like reservations. You find out early on about being with them. Like, how should we break up with them? Let's give them one more shot. And then they just end up. It's weird how they end up with Wyatt and Gary, because like Wyatt and Gary apparently stinking up the bathroom. Yeah. And they walk into that and they're like, ooh.
Exactly.
It's a bad interaction.
Yeah.
And then they end up going with them, like, by the end of the party that they're at. So this is like a couple hours. They end up with them. It's like weird.
So did they already had interest in these boys? They just didn't want to do anything about it before because they were always getting picked on?
So strange.
I don't know.
So I guess we'll get into the movie itself. This movie starts fast. Like, we start at like a gym, and there's a bunch of girls doing gymnastics.
Oh yeah,
like high school girls doing gymnastics, and then we see like our main characters, Gary and Wyatt,
already perving,
standing in the doorway,
yeah,
just saying pervy stuff, watching them and stuff. And I guess I totally called them getting pantsed even before it happened. I'm like, basically, as soon as you saw people walk behind, I'm like, okay, they're gonna get pantsed, and they get pantsed in front of all these girls and stuff. But like, in the first what did I have here? First 6 minutes, I stopped and I looked. First 6 minutes, it goes from them in the gym, like ogling the girls, and then we're already into let's build a girl. Like, I knew the plot of Weird Science going in that they make a woman. Yeah. I didn't think it was going to happen that fast.
Yeah, like instantly, like we are this horny. We need a girl now.
Yeah, and I found it funny, like, because you go back to their home, they have a maid. Like, really? They're like this. I guess Wyatt's parents are made out to be a little bit richer.
It's a big house.
Their house is big. I don't know if it's like, I don't know.
Need a maid.
Is it a maid? Sort of thing? Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air type thing?
Yeah, it's not like Bel-Air where they have everything's white and pristine. Yeah. This house feels a lot more lived in, whatever. And then they had like a Frankenstein movie going on. I thought it was a nice little nod of what's going to happen, right?
One thing that I thought was a miss was the fact that they had Frankenstein and not Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
For like, if they're going to create a girl, then they should have the create a girl, before, like, they made the defense that it would be like Bride of Frankenstein where they created a woman. So they think they would have that as...
Why is that actually like the Frankenstein movie, or is this like just a one that they made for the movie? Because it feels like it's a low budget, like someone just quickly put this together for the movie.
Well, I don't know if they just colored the original 1933 one or something.
Yeah.
Or if this is like a remake of it or something, because it was in color, which the original was in black and white.
Yeah, I feel like it was like a made for TV. Either they made it for the show, or it was like some made for TV thing that wasn't that big.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they decide they're going to make a girl, and like, I guess because Wyatt has a rich family, he's got like a whole bunch of tech, like a bunch of computers and stuff like that.
What kind of computer does he have? Because, well, I mean, it didn't look like a DOS or it didn't look like a Mac or IBM or whatever. I don't know what it was. But what kind of computer can do this?
I don't know.
There's nothing explained. They're just like,
No,
all of a sudden, like, they had an idea. Let's make a girl.
Yeah, and there's something I wrote was like, this said fun graphics on the computers and stuff, but it shows the people making this film have no idea how computers work.
Not at all. I mean, and especially because the graphics that you're seeing are very advanced for the computers back in 1985.
Yeah. And they're hacking into the government and stuff, like, no problem. It's like, what?
These are just regular kids.
So weird.
And like, I don't understand what kind of program that they have that they can think that they can do this. Like, let's just put all these pictures of all these celebrities and stuff like that we want it to mimic.
Before that scene like finishes though, before they like, you know, have the big explosion where she comes out, Gary's shirt, I just noticed it, like, it gets a bunch of holes in it at some point and gets ragged, and then it goes back to normal. So I'm like, did they plan something to happen to Gary, like the blast rips their clothes to pieces or something? We never really see that, but you'll notice it if you like watch at certain points. I think it's when they're still putting stuff into the whatever machine they're putting it into.
Yeah, the scanner. Whatever it is.
And then, so they have like a Barbie doll too. Now, this is Wyatt lives there with his parents and his brother.
Yeah.
Who's having the Barbie?
Mom must have been a Barbie fan. I don't know.
So weird. And why does Wyatt have 2 beds in his room? Is it specifically because Gary was coming over and they're like, oh, we'll put the other bed in the room?
He used to have bunk beds, but they separated because he's a big boy now into 2 beds.
Maybe. Because he did have an older brother.
But maybe his older brother used to be in his bedroom.
Seems weird. But maybe he's that rich that I can't understand.
And also, this is around the time when Gary was talking about like his girlfriend that lives in Canada. Is this the first time we'd ever like heard that before? Where in the States they're always using like, oh, my girlfriend in Canada, because they actually don't have one.
I think it was an established show because that's for the audience to. That's like,
what it seemed like. Yeah, it was an established thing that is already known that people are using Canada as their way of having a girlfriend.
But I feel like they threw a lot of random stuff into that scanner. Like they threw in Harry Houdini.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, why would you want that in a girlfriend? You want a girlfriend that does magic tricks for you? Like, oh.
Yeah.
Or just so that she can do anything. Like we see later on, Lisa does, but I always just attributed that to her technology.
Did we see him put in Clint Eastwood? Because obviously he references Clint Eastwood later with the gun.
There was a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to remember from Clint Eastwood.
Like, I know
there was Einstein.
Einstein was in there as well, so she's smart because of Einstein, I guess.
Yeah. It was so weird what they put in there.
And I respect them for not making the boobs too big.
Yeah.
He even says the line, anything bigger than a handful and you're risking spraining your thumb. So I was like, okay, these guys, they're horny, but they got some sense about them.
Yeah, well, as I wrote, the one kid is actually smart and normal, but he's brought down by Gary the horn dog. And then when that scene happens where after they scan it and it starts processing or whatever, we get like some weird shots. Like, I like how they threw everything at the wall for like just fun, crazy stuff. Like there's like a dog on the ceiling one point, like the room's upside down, there's a dog on the roof, and they're like looking at it.
I did like a lot of, like, even throughout the movie they had some like odd shots and stuff like that. Like even like later on when the girls are talking to Gary through the door, and he's like, hold on a sec, closes the door, smacks Wyatt, goes back. It's like just a quick shot. It's like I like some of the quick shots like that they did in this movie.
Yeah. And there was like a baseball bat that like breaks like glass. It's like all this weird stuff that happens at that point. But then like the door bursting scene was cool because like everything stops,
like throbbing,
and the door's like throbbing. I don't know how they really did that effect. And then it bursts.
Yeah.
And then science immediately goes out the window.
Yeah, exactly. This is just a genie basically that they're making from what? It makes no sense.
Yeah. And it feels like the very first thing they do is they take her into a shower. There's a shower with her.
Yeah.
She's apparently naked. They don't really show anything. Like, I think they show her. Do they show their butt?
No butt. He just pans up, stops, then it shows her back.
Yeah, you show her back.
Yeah.
And she's in there with them, and you see like their top down, like to their torso, and they're shirtless or whatever. So you think that they're in there naked with her too.
Yeah.
But no, they're still wearing like their pants.
Their pants.
I wonder if they're wearing shoes.
They were wearing shoes.
Yeah, shoes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, these guys are losers.
But, I mean, they didn't show her naked, but when the machine was going off, there were flashes of boobs
and stuff
going on, stuff like that. I was like, okay, so this is more of an adult comedy in that sense.
Yeah. But then, like, one of the first things they do is they want to go to a bar or a party or whatever, and they go out to the bar. I don't know why they picked such a scummy bar.
Yeah.
It's like the worst one ever. And I don't know if this is what John Hughes, the director, was thinking, but like there's a lot of black people in this bar. They filled out the majority of the people in that bar. And they're trying to say that like the black people were like the poor, slovenly people that couldn't I don't know.
You said it.
Is that what he's saying? Is what I'm asking. Because it is like all black people, and just, or is it just like this is the rough? Oh, I guess we're saying it's the rough side of town now.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they're all like talking like kind of jazzy jive. And
I like the voice of that one dude's voice though.
I wonder if I know there was.
I wrote just one thing that he said. I mean, he said a few things, but I liked. He's like, "In the family jewels," he said to him because he talked about when he got kicked in the balls by the girl. I was like, that guy's voice is awesome.
But this is right where Anthony Michael Hall, Gary's character, or Gary goes like, he starts talking like jive and.
Oh, that was cringe. I hate using the word
cringe.
cringe, but that was cringe.
It was hard to watch.
That like, in front of a bunch of black people, and he's basically trying to mimic their way of talking. Oh, I don't even want to do it here because it was hard to watch.
I don't know if Wyatt got raped in that bathroom because he goes in the bathroom and like he closes the door and you see like these big feet behind him.
Yeah.
Under the like the stall, you can see like feet. It's like, is he getting raped or something?
I don't
Never
know.
brought up.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's what they were alluding to or not. If they were just like scaring him.
And then like, so he gets into the bar with IDs that Lisa can make anything.
Mm-hmm.
She makes the car into a super really awesome car and stuff.
The car. I feel like that was because she's a Barbie. That was like a Barbie car. That's what it looked like. It was like a pink Cadillac.
She makes other cars though later on. So
yeah, but I just feel like that's what it was like alluding to because she is a Barbie and she had a Barbie car. That's what it seemed like to me.
She changed their suits, like what they had on originally. They walk out of their bedroom and suddenly it's like a nice suit.
Yeah.
And then they go to the bar. She has IDs that say they're
21,
old enough to drink.
Yeah, which I mean, Wyatt's only 15, turning 16.
They still look like kids. That's what I
Yeah.
don't get. And like even the stuff they're saying, like about girls in high school and stuff.
Mhm.
It's like, do the black people like they're talking to there? Do they not see what we're seeing? Like as the viewer, do they see them as full-grown adults, or is something going on?
I think they're just entertained that these young white kids are coming into their bar and they're just gonna have fun with them.
Yeah, but I like that kid's like, so she's with you, Malacca. And then he's like, she likes Malacca, or she said, I like Malacca, or something like that. Like, I thought that was hilarious. Malacca's like a Greek word for, I think it means shit or something like that. It's like, it's used as like a derogatory insult, like Malacca.
Yeah.
And then the kids are underage drinking, and not only that, they're underage driving drunk. Like,
yeah. Exactly.
Wyatt doesn't have his learners. Or
Well,
anything.
how much did Wyatt drink? I don't know. We didn't really see him. He wasn't like super drunk like Gary.
He
was.
did have a drink. I remember they poured shots for them all.
Yeah.
And he had at least one.
Okay.
I don't know if there's any more.
So I don't know if he really got sauced like Gary did.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they go home, and that's where we first see Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
And like I said, he looks too old. He's like extorting his brother Wyatt for money all the time, which is kind of a weird thing. Like I never heard of like bullies, like your older brother gives you a hard time, sure,
Yeah.
but I never heard of like an older brother that was like extorting you for cash. That was kind of weird.
And this is also, I noticed this as well too. Like when they first woke up, Wyatt and Gary, Wyatt walks by and he's wearing her panties.
Yeah.
Gary looks at the camera at one point. I'm like, okay, so we're breaking the fourth wall. That's all I did, just quick brief look at the camera. And then a little bit later on, Wyatt looks at the camera too at one point too. So I'm like, okay, they're slightly breaking the fourth wall, but they never actually go full into it. And they're the only ones that did it.
And it was kind of weird because that whole panties thing, like Gary's passed out in the bed, and then Wyatt goes and like learns to kiss with Kelly LeBrock. It's not like, it feels a little bit romantic, but it's not overly sexual.
Yeah.
And then we just wake up the next day and he's wearing the panties. Like, did they get together?
Exactly. I was like, did they do it?
And then later on we find out she's like, yeah, I was doing my gymnastics and you passed out or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing either he was like really tired or he drank to pass out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then if he passed out during the gymnastics, how did he get the underwear on?
Yeah.
Did she put it on him or did he take it? It's so weird. It's not really, we don't know how that happened.
She's a program, doesn't matter. She can see them naked.
Yeah. And then I had such a hard time looking at Bill Paxton's teeth. I felt like something was wrong. They seemed too big.
He did have gappy. He was a lot more gappy than I remember his teeth being.
And then even like Kelly LeBrock's too at one point just seemed like something was off. But then I was like, maybe that's just me because I started finding flaws in more people like teeth. I'm like, maybe I'm just noticing teeth for some reason in this movie. I don't know. But it was weird because she kisses Wyatt, and later on she kisses Gary too. But she looks really awkward as she's kissing Gary, and I'm not like, I don't think it's supposed to be in the script. I think for the actress Kelly LeBrock to kiss.
True, yeah. You're kissing these young or teenage boys.
Seems weird.
It is weird.
And I think that's one of the things we'll find out later. That I just like.
Yeah.
the whole time she had to do all this good stuff with underage boys. It's just kind of unsettling in a way.
It was. And then they decided they're gonna have a party at Wyatt's house because his parents aren't there, so they can have this big party.
I'll catch up with that.
Oh, sorry, am I jumping ahead?
No, I mentioned most of the stuff. I was gonna get back to my notes, but they do go to Gary's house briefly, where we see his parents.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Did I miss something though? Like when she's talking to his parents, and then his dad doesn't know. I must maybe I turned away or I was off my phone or something. When did he stop realizing that he has a son named Gary? Like what?
I'm assuming he just there is no explanation. I'm assuming that he was just like, I have no son, the kind of thing. Like,
is that what you think it is? It's just him like not acknowledging having a son because he's ashamed of him.
That's what I think. Because Gary's got to go home at some time, right? Like at the conclusion of this movie, it's not like he's got his own place or something. He has to go back to his parents.
Because for me, I thought maybe she wiped his memory of Gary being their son, but I never saw that happen. I didn't notice. I was like, why does he keep saying he doesn't have a son?
That's where it actually kind of almost verges on being like a horror film, because she's like doing whatever she wants to them. Like she puts a gun to the parents.
Yeah.
Like she could cut the phone line and stuff. Like she's being really threatening.
I mean, the gun technically was just like water, or maybe it was alcohol.
That one was. Yeah, it was a squirt
pistol.
gun. Squirt gun.
Yeah, she does quote you feeling lucky, punk, and so that's why I thought maybe Clint Eastwood was put into the machine.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I never felt like I think here's what kind of the point where they talk about how they're outcasts at school, they're nerds, and it's like, Wyatt, I don't really believe would be an outcast. He seems pretty normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is, I guess, into computers more because he has them in his room. He doesn't really talk nerdy or anything. Gary's the one that'd be like, okay, this guy's a little bit weird because all he does, he's got his hand in his pants all the time, kind of thing.
Maybe Wyatt's an outcast because he's kind of rich. He's kind of like the Harry Osborn.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he'd be an outcast for that.
I don't know.
And then so they go to the mall too. That's the one thing. They go to the mall.
Yeah.
And that's where you see like the bullies with their girlfriends, and
they're
just being asses the whole time. The girls are like, oh, maybe we should, dump them now. I'm like, no, we'll give them another shot. Yeah. But then
they even pour the slushes on.
They pour the slushes, and everyone in the mall starts laughing at them. And you get grown adults and stuff laughing at the kid. I'd be like, that seems weird. Why are you guys picking on this kid?
In real life, if I saw another kid doing that to a kid, I would not be laughing at the kid that got it splashed on their heads. I'd be like, what the hell? You guys are assholes.
And they had a lot of money, and I'm not sure if it was because Wyatt's family is rich or if she's making
It's
money.
her. It had to be her. That's the way I saw it. Is she's just giving them whatever they want.
Yeah. Lisa's gun stuff wasn't funny. Gary's dad call the cops after they left? But he just does that whole blanking on them type thing where he's, I don't know, what son are you talking about? Who's Gary?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He kept going with that, so that's why I thought, okay, maybe she erased Gary of his mind for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, so then they have this party at Wyatt's house, which they don't really want to. At least Wyatt certainly doesn't. Mm-hmm. And she kind of forces them. She starts forcing them to be more outgoing and doing all the stuff that they normally wouldn't do, or they just feel like they shouldn't. Yeah. And she makes things go way off the rails too. She invites a bunch of people that they don't even really know.
No, they don't know any of these people, basically.
Yeah. And so then they basically go at their own party. They go into the bathroom and they just hide in there. I think Wyatt gets nervous and
that's when he gets gassy
or shitting himself. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's kind of weird. You and I are buddies, but if I was in the bathroom, I wouldn't bring you in there while I'm shitting on the toilet.
No. But he's just as nervous, probably, so that's why he doesn't want to be out there without his buddy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But if you were throwing up, I'd go and help you in the bathroom or something. But
yeah, I don't want to smell your shit. Or
I don't want to be with
farts or whatever.
I don't want to be around you with your pants down to your ankles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When the girls that are there, you notice them going up the stairs. Did you notice on the wall there was a family photo?
Yeah.
All of the faces had mustaches drawn on them.
I noticed that.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of funny that they are destroying the house.
So that's the bullies' girlfriends. They go there because the bullies are there too because they found out that Gary and Wyatt are hanging out with this supermodel woman. She's an older woman too.
Yeah.
And they want to somehow get with her. I don't know how their mind works. That these guys are seeing this girl, so obviously we can go and take her from them. Yeah. I don't know. So weird. And then there was some lip scene. I'm trying to remember what it was, but I think So when they're in the bathroom and they're hiding in the shower, Gary and Wyatt are talking to each other, but it just focuses on their lips, and they say something, and it cuts back to like Wyatt's.
Yeah, that's something I just read that on my notes. I wrote that down
weird.
as well too.
Why did they do that?
I kind of like it goes with like some of the quick cut things. Like I talked like about him smacking Wyatt quickly and then coming back to the camera. I liked some of those cuts. I thought it was interesting. It seemed like a experimental thing that John Hughes was doing maybe.
And then something I said is like, where's the older brother during this party? Because I don't remember him saying that he was going. We find out later that he was apparently off hunting.
Yeah, that's right.
But
he was there earlier in the day, and then now he's gone, and then he comes back the next day or later that night. I guess he comes.
Yeah. And then they do like because the bullies come to him to try and get Lisa from them, but they're like, oh no, Lisa's ours. We can't do that. But we can make you another one. So they go with the bullies to make a woman, and there's some more fun scenes there. Like they have like these parents in this photo, Wyatt's parents, and like when the process is happening, they start dancing around in the photo frame. Yeah. I like that. That was cool. Yeah. Or there was like I thought it was in Wyatt's house, which is so weird. Someone's like playing the piano, but like by themselves in Wyatt's house, and then everything in the room starts getting sucked up the chimney and shot out into like. And all her clothes get ripped off.
I was like, was it necessary to strip the pianist lady?
Yeah, and shoot her out too.
Make her topless and toss her out the chimney?
Strange.
Is that necessary?
The kitchen becomes all blue, which I kind of liked. Even the people in the kitchen, their clothing turns the same shade of blue.
Yeah, it was cool. It wasn't like just like paint was splattered. It was like everything just like went blue. It was cool. We didn't mention like the grandparents also. Were we like an old folks home or something? Where were we at the beginning?
I think they were in a restaurant, a fancy restaurant, and they were like, "Oh,
why did they want to go to their house just to check up on
just to visit the grandkids on their own?" Yeah.
Okay, I must have missed why they were going there.
I thought that was going to be a bigger thing because they show up and you think, "Oh, it's going to cause some conflict." Almost immediately, Lisa just turns them into like she freezes them.
Yeah, freezes them in place.
They put them in a cabinet, and we don't even find out what happens at the end.
I think her magic must fade because she even says later about Chet.
I know. Well, Chet changes back, but we never see the grandparents come out. And at that point, because Chet just changes back before the parents, like his parents, show up. Yeah. So what about the grandparents? Were they still conscious during all that? Like, what's going to happen when they come back? We never find out. Yeah. They never find out about that.
Sorry, yeah. So back to making the new girl or whatever.
Yeah, they're making the new girl, and
of course the bullies want to have the big.
Yeah. Boobs. But the bullies are there too, and they're like. There's one line with Robert Downey Jr. I'm shitting my pants. I'm shitting in my pants. He just starts yelling out. Oh, that was so hilarious. I'm shitting in my pants. It's just for Robert Downey Jr. to say that. It just feels out of character or whatever. Yeah. Unrefined for his type of acting.
You gotta start somewheres. But when they were making the new woman, they didn't hook up the doll.
Yeah, they didn't hook up the doll, what comes out at the end?
So there was a Time magazine, I think it was Time magazine, and there was a missile.
Oh, missile, right.
And the connecting points were supposed to be to a doll to make a woman, but the connecting points were actually on this missile that was on a picture. Yeah. And so out of the ground comes this big, missile silo missile.
It seems weird they forgot about that.
Yeah.
They clearly had the wires there, just sitting there, but they didn't put any doll there.
They were just in the process of trying to impress the bullies, I guess.
And I like how when Lisa's approaches them, she's like, "What'd you guys forget?" And Wyatt's almost happy. We forgot the doll. He's smiling and happy about it. She's like,
"We forgot to hook up the doll."
Because he's happy because he got the right answer type thing. And then we suddenly get Mad Max guys showing up at the party.
Yeah.
And I say that because one of the guys, kind of the leader of the bunch. He's actually Wes from Mad Max 2.
Yeah, Road Warrior. Is he the dude that gets launched off of the bike and breaks his legs?
He's the guy with the mohawk, the red mohawk. He's the big central kind of.
I can see what he looks like in Road Warrior, but I'm trying to think if that was him that broke his legs when he flies off of a bike at one point in the movie.
I don't remember that part. I remember him he had a girl.
He does a tumble when he wipes out.
No, I don't remember. He had a guy in the back of his bike a lot of the time. He gets killed, which kind of pisses him off more.
But yeah, I knew it was the guy from Road Warrior. I knew that.
I looked it up because he's a little bit older here. And I was like, is that really him? It is. Same exact actor and everything. Okay. And then he's got a couple of cronies with him that have kind of inspired by that. One guy's got a weird shaped head.
That dude, I know that he's a character actor that they use for weird roles.
I've seen him in other stuff too. I just couldn't think of it.
I think he was in the original Hills Have Eyes, I believe it was. I think they even used him for the poster as because he's got a weird look to him. He's an odd looking dude.
Then there's just another dude who's kind of almost RoboCop-esque, where he's got a piece of metal on the side of his head.
Yeah.
It's not exposing his a metal skeleton or anything.
It's a complete over his face, so it didn't look like it was under his skin.
But I feel like that's what they were going for.
Yeah, it was terribly done. If that's what they were going for. It was
Yeah.
like pasted onto his face.
And I can't remember what they said. I just wrote down there's a lot of dialogue in the film that would not fly today.
Yeah.
I can't remember what he says to him, but it's
Well,
something.
they say the F word, the gay slur.
Oh, okay.
I think more than once they say it. I was like, oh, okay, you cannot say that. Was a hard F.
They call them British cigarettes.
Yeah, exactly. You will not be saying that in current times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that, as an insult, like, yeah, definitely, you're not having that nowadays.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then, so Wyatt and Gary reluctantly get forced to confront these guys.
Yeah.
Like, they basically make it that way. Like, Lisa makes it so that they have to be brave and confront these guys, which impresses, people at the party, and more importantly, the two girls, which immediately kind of like fall in love with them.
Which I guess, yeah, that is when they really probably knew they wanted to be with these boys. They were already kind of like thinking about when they were in the bathroom, even though it was like really an awkward confrontation in the bathroom.
I don't know, if the stuff with Gary feels more forced, like, I can't remember what Wyatt says to the girl that approaches him, but like they have a little bit of a conversation and they kind of learn about each other. But like Gary is just like, I think you're pretty kind of thing. Like you're good looking. He just talks about her looks and stuff. Like, is that all it takes?
That's all you see inside her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then so they acted so tough and stuff in the confrontation with these bikers. But as soon as Chet shows up, Wyatt's immediately back to being like a little wuss and stuff.
Like, shrunk down again.
Yeah, it's like you learn nothing, and basically it's Kelly. I just keep telling Kelly Lisa has to deal with Chet.
Yeah,
he won't.
If you think, that is kind of unfortunate because you think that he would have learned something, like you said, and been able to stand up to his brother at that point. But no, she does it for him, and that kind of takes away from what he learned, the lesson that he learned, really.
Yeah. And then there's like, they take the girls home in their cars, which I wonder if the girls are going to realize like they don't actually have those cars when the next day.
You see them dematerialize those cars.
But there's like a police chase through the streets because they're just speeding these girls back home.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you're going through these streets, there's absolutely nobody in town at all.
Yeah.
Just so their car and the cops, and that's it. Like, clearly they got this town to clear out everything so they could film the movie. And then like they had the train scene where the train's coming across the road and they beat it and the cops have to stop. But it's just like one locomotive. It's not like a whole.
Yeah, it's already gone by the time.
Like, okay, you wait.
By the time they look back, it's already already gone through.
You wait 10 seconds, the cops could go and get them.
Exactly.
It's so strange.
Don't just stop on the other side of the tracks.
And then Wyatt squeezing that girl's butt. Like he gives her a kiss and then he reaches down and squeezes her butt because that's what Lisa did to him when she was teaching him. And then the "I love you" was way too soon as well. Like for him to say that, I was like,
that was pretty fast.
You guys just started seeing each other, and this is your first kiss. And you're already doing that. Well, maybe not first kiss because they had to back at his place at the after party or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, and then how did they make those cars disappear? Because they get back home and they get out of the cars and they're walking to the front of the house. But then the cars dematerialize right there. I'm like, how did they do that in this 1980s film?
So they probably would have had the camera just sit there for this whole entire time, drove them back out, and then just like put up some sort of graphic. So having like two different frames, have the frame of them there, and then the frame of them not being there, and then like have like the dematerialized just effect.
Yeah, you saw like a green screen or
not even a screen.
You wouldn't
even need a green screen or anything like that. I think it's something that I've even done on my own channel. It's basic editing. You can do that stuff.
But then how they everything gets fixed before the parents get home. A lot of that is just reverse footage.
Yeah.
Like all the stuff that came out of the chimney is just reversed going back in.
Actually, no, but if you think about it, it wasn't though. They would have had to have done that twice because it was in the daytime now.
Yeah.
So they literally would have launched shit out of the chimney twice.
Yeah, but I mean, they still just reversed the footage.
It is just a reversal of footage. But it wasn't just the same footage as they used before because they would have had the nighttime footage of throwing shit out the chimney and they would have had daytime version of the same stuff.
Yeah.
Which I thought was actually kind of neat because you had to do it 2 times.
Yeah, and that's basically it because Wyatt's parents come home and, he's okay with Chet now. He's kind of grown, I guess. He's got a girlfriend. That's kind of the end of the movie. Like,
and then, the very end of the movie, they go back to the school where they started, and there's gym class, and it's the boys' gym class, I guess. And Lisa is now like their teacher, gym teacher.
I guess, which is not alluded to at all.
And then all the boys like faint for some reason. They smack themselves and faint. Don't know why.
Yeah.
I guess she's very hot. Don't get me wrong.
Why she wanted to do that? Or there was no build up to that.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. It's just thrown in there. She drop me, give me 20, and all the boys just go and follow her.
Yeah.
Okay, that was interesting with it.
I feel like overall Lisa is supposed to be. She is basically a genie. She does all this stuff, and she's supposed to be like this wise genie who's trying to teach him a lesson with the things she does. Like she grants her wishes, but there's like little twists you gotta learn. Just to have like a breakthrough with whatever personal stuff's holding them back. Yeah, and that's what this movie is to me, anyways. And it's just weird to have this, really horny, immature movie trying to have a lesson like that. But I feel like the movie is supposed to be like an allegory for puberty in a way, because they're going through that, and if it's kind of cringy and horn doggy and gross, but like they are good guys underneath, and that's what she's just trying to bring out from them. Yeah.
A couple fun facts that I have written down here is, so we saw that they had the school, and we talked briefly about the Breakfast Club. So apparently they actually used the same school for both movies. It's called what school? So it's called Shermer High School. So I thought that was kind of a fun fact that they used the same school for. So I'm wondering, is he technically the same character?
I don't remember
in Breakfast Club.
I think when I looked it up, he had a different name in Breakfast Club.
Okay, I didn't think he would be, because he does, like you said, he doesn't quite look the same either. So I assumed he wouldn't have been the same character. But I thought that was kind of neat that they had the same high school. And then, so apparently this is actually based off of an anthology of comic books published by from the 1950s by legendary William M. Gaines and his company, the EC Comics, which also did Tales from the Crypt and Mad Magazine, apparently. So I didn't know that. I actually thought it was an original thing. I didn't know it was based off a comic book.
Another thing, you put like a little weird fact. So the Oingo Boingo is the band that does the song.
Oh, yeah.
Weird Science.
Danny Elfman.
From like Simpsons and what movies has he done?
He's done Spider-Man and Batman.
Is Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It definitely didn't sound as much of like what you recognize Danny Elfman's music to sound like, but more gothic, kind of like Tim Burton's type stuff.
It apparently like broke like the top 50 like hit songs.
It's a fun song. Yeah.
I
liked it when it started out, and then the title card comes up. I liked it. Weird Science.
That's probably just that one thing is good. Weird Science. Everything else is not good about the song. And I always get it confused with "She blinded me with science."
I think I liked it in context of the movie. Maybe listening to it on the radio, I wouldn't be like,
I wouldn't listen on the radio. It's okay in the movie. But I always get confused with "She blinded me with science." I like that song more than this one.
Okay.
And I always get them confused.
Science.
So yeah, I guess now we can get into the good, the bad, and the ugly. Which is good is something that we like about the movie. Bad is something we don't really like about the movie. And then ugly is just something that we found noticeable, maybe distracting. Doesn't have to be good or bad in nature. Just something that stuck out to you for one reason or another.
For sure.
You want to start with your good?
Sure, I could go with good first. So I loved like the wackiness of the movie. Like we said, when they turn on the machine, all these different things happen. I thought that was really cool. It was a lot of original stuff. It was kind of neat, like the painted room where, like you said, the people dancing in the picture. I really liked that zaniness of it. That was a fun part of the movie. Actually, a lot of the movie had some of that stuff, but especially when they turn on the machine, that's probably the best parts.
That is exactly what I had for my good.
Okay.
It has a lot of fun with the FX and practical visuals, especially in those scenes where they try things. They try let's change everyone's attire blue. Let's put a dog on the ceiling. Yeah. Let's have this girl sucked out a chimney. Just like all strange, weird stuff. That's fun. It's a little bit like Beetlejuice in a way, how he does like strange things to people. It's creative how it looks and feels. Yeah. Even the stuff with like the pulsating door when they meet the woman. Yeah. All cool shit. Yeah. We'll get into the bad, and I'll lead with this one here. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna say it heavily objectifies women.
Oh,
Kelly LeBrock. Like the first thing they do is they get in the shower with her and they're like checking her out, or how the bullies want to make a deal to like loan Kelly or Lisa to them. It's just so weird. Everything's so transactional. They even talk about trading their girlfriends for Lisa for a bit. It's like they're their own people. You can't just trade them like currency or toys or something. Just felt really.
I'll say we are seeing this from like the perspective of teenage boys.
Yeah.
So you are going to see that as teenage boys, especially horny teenage boys. That's what you're going to kind of get. But yeah, as a movie as a whole, it definitely dead objectify the women. Like it made them as objects more than anything, for sure. So my bad was kind of the structure of the story. I thought it was pretty loose. Like it started off, there was definitely a structure. Then we wanted to make a girl, and then it was kind of fun, and then it just kind of just does its own thing. I don't know, the party scene kind of extended a little bit too long, and then at the party in the house, and it almost seemed like it didn't know what it wanted to do. Like even when you said him like not facing up to his brother there, it's like they already established the fact that he can stand up to bullies, but he doesn't do it with his brother. So it seems like they were just kind of piecing things together throughout this movie.
Yes. How did you like the brother? His puppet thing at the end.
Oh, that like pile of shit or whatever he was.
I know you liked when they use like I don't know monsters and stuff like that.
So let's get to the ugly.
Okay, so you can start with the ugly then.
So I had 2 things for my ugly. I don't usually do 2 things, but that was one of them. I was like, that is the ugliest thing. Like he looks so stupid. It didn't even look good. It was just like this ugly puppet thing of
it's like a toad or a frog, but like exaggerated.
Yeah, and he's like, there's like gases coming out of him too.
I like how he still had the hair, the buzz cut was still kind of all.
And like he just talked normal. Like he didn't sound any different. Like he didn't sound like he was that pissed off that he was turned into this pile of toad shit. But I it's kind of funny, but it's also like haunting. Like, especially the eyes that they gave him. Those are some haunting eyes, I thought. So that was I had another ugly where it was like, I like the flashing boobs on the screen, but I'll go for the actual ugly. Was his brother turning to this shit turd toad thing?
My ugly was the actress, the older actress, Kelly LeBrock, making out with the younger kids. I felt like I noticed times where she's kind of like wincing or hesitant to do it. I don't know. It just every time I saw that happen, maybe not so much with Wyatt, and maybe it was something with the script where she just didn't want to kiss Gary, but. Just seeing that happen is just not right.
It kind of reminds me of like the most recent Avatar movie that came out. So like Sigourney Weaver plays a character as like a young version of herself, like a clone as an Avatar. And at one point, she's like a teenager, her character, but it's played by Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah. And
at one point, she's kissing a human boy who's like 16, 17 in the movie. And I'm like. Sigourney Weaver's like 70 or something, or they're in her late 60s at the very least, and she's kissing. Did they really film her kissing this boy? That would be disgusting. I would be disturbed by that.
Like if it's like a maternal or like a grandmother or something kissing and like that, sure. But if it's like a full on,
it was her playing like this teenage girl avatar kissing a boy. I don't think she actually had to do that, which is good. But yeah, it kind of reminded me of that. Just Kelly LeBrock being like maybe in her 20s, kissing a young teenage boy, like a 15 or 16-year-old boy.
So then, after that, we kind of go into other reviews that we get from online, from different sources. I typically go for ones that are from like critics and stuff. Yeah. Usually I go to like a website like Metacritic or Rotten Tomatoes. And then Country Boy here, he'll get more like the everyday person's view from Letterboxd. Yeah. He goes off there. So I'll start with my reviews for Weird Science that I found. And I try to get like an array, something good, something in the middle, and something kind of on the low end for scores. And it's not something that, it could be something that I don't necessarily agree with, but I see their point of view. So anyways, from the Chicago Sun-Times, which is Roger Ebert again. Okay. The center of the film is the simple, almost elementary insight that fantasies can be hazardous. You've got to be careful what you ask for because you might get it. He scored it a score of 75 out of 100. Oh. So, okay. I mean, I could kind of see that viewpoint, that it's like, wish has gone wrong kind of thing, like the monkey paw thing.
Exactly. Be careful what you wish for.
I feel like they try to go with a little bit more of a moral, in my opinion, that she's trying to teach them to become actual men, like to grow up and get girlfriends and be self-confident. Yeah. But I could see how someone would be like, oh yeah, it's just a monkey paw story, because they do a lot of, what they wish for ends up kind of going off the rails by the end of it.
I didn't feel it that much as what he said, but yeah, I can see it though.
More in the middle, from the Los Angeles Times, the film's greatest asset is Kelly LeBrock, who is triumphant. She may represent souped-up womanhood at its most fanciful, but she does so great with warmth and a sharp sense of herself. Score of 50 out of 100.
Greatest asset is right.
I don't know if they accented it like you did, but yeah, she is very much like she is this AI and stuff, but she still has like a warmth to her advice, I guess. Like she's doing this for their benefit, and she cares for them. She genuinely cares. So
the one thing that I thought was a little bit off was when they decided they were gonna make another girl. She almost felt offended that they would do that. I was like, she didn't really have much emotion before then, and then when she found out that they were making a second one, she was like, why would you guys do that? Usually she didn't really care about anything.
I feel like because she was like trying to teach them stuff this whole time so they wouldn't be like that.
Yeah. And
they didn't learn anything.
Yeah.
Like really, I feel like at the end of the movie they didn't really learn a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
She set them up to be on the right path.
Yeah.
They could easily fall off.
Yeah.
And then the final one, this is on the low end, from the Chicago Tribune. What a disappointment Weird Science is. A wonderful writer-director who has taken a cute idea about two teenage Dr. Frankensteins creating a perfect woman by computer and turned it into a vulgar, mindless, special effects cluttered wasteland. Score of 38 out of 100. It is definitely heavy on the special effects and stuff. A wasteland, I don't know about that. It's fun. I like the special effects. It's fun and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like it relied on special effects. I thought that like the special effects was some of the best stuff in it. Like it had that cool quality, that especially the practicality of a lot of the special effects.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of this stuff kind of inspired other stuff later on, like the special effects to like, oh, we should try this, or that's a cool shot we could use for. I know Poltergeist is probably before this, so it was 1985, right?
Yeah, I can't remember when Poltergeist was. I think it was mid '80s as well.
Because this kind of feels like some of the scenes and the stuff that happens feels a little bit like that. So it's probably helping to inspire other stuff later on.
Yeah, I could definitely see a lot of movies taking stuff from this. Poltergeist is 1982, so yes, it is
just
older
before.
than this.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, you're.
Yeah, so I do my reviews. I always like he said, just Joe Schmo down the road can make a review. Anybody online, just take it from Letterboxd. So I just find some random ones. I kind of do like a lower one, a middle one, and a higher one. Is what I try and do as well too. So this is a half star. How do I bleach my eyes? John Hughes. WTF is this? I got a 3-in-1 DVD of this, The Breakfast Club and 16 Candles. And I think John only had 2 good movies, and this is not one of them. What is with showing underage girls' boobs? Weird. I don't think there's any underage girls' boobs
I don't
in
remember
here.
I missed it if that happened.
The pianist, I think, was definitely of age, and I'd say the boobs that flash on the computer screen was just random people. You would know who that is.
Maybe we got to cut. Like maybe they cut it for like later versions.
I don't know. There definitely wasn't any underage ones. I would not.
I didn't see anything.
I would not have been okay with that. Okay, but yeah, they didn't care for it. This next one is 3.5 stars. It is essential. Sorry, is it essential Hughes? Nah. Is it wildly outdated and likely trigger inducing? Possibly. Is it still hilarious, totally dorky, cool, wicked, rad, and many times sweet with iconic performances and talking piece of Paxton shit? Oh yeah. And a talking piece of Paxton shit introduced the world to floating and air biscuit. Did you say that? Floating and air biscuit? Fuck yes, it says. Oh yeah, floating and air biscuit. Fuck yes, it says. So this, it's got some cool elements. Like I don't know if I like the Paxton talking toad shit thingy, but it was there. It was a thing.
I don't think it's classic John Hughes. I can feel a little bit of his fingerprint here, but if this is his take on like horny teen stuff, he doesn't really have a good handle on it as a director. He does more like the moral stuff, like kind of just a coming of age comedy.
I do want to see 16 Candles because that one is lauded as one of the better ones.
Yeah.
And I only saw Breakfast Club like a long time ago, and I wasn't a big fan. Maybe I'd appreciate it more.
I've seen it a long time ago. I did like it.
I do love like his John Candy movies, like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Yeah. One of my favorites, absolutely. And like Uncle Buck, John Hughes definitely has good directing style. This one, maybe not as much. And then this one is a 5-star review. Last time I saw this, I was like 10, and it blew my mind. 20 years later, and it's still blowing my mind. LMAO, this shit is hilarious. Holy moly, what an experience. Ha ha ha. Drop it, give me 20. Ha ha ha. I thought that part was dumb. Drop it, give me 20. And they're laughing their ass off at this. They obviously, it's more of a nostalgic thing for them. I didn't think it was as hilarious as this person said it was.
Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff, like seeing the first time, it's kind of fun and exciting. Mm-hmm. Did not blow me away the first time. I don't know if I was a kid, it would blow me away. Maybe a little bit more, obviously, but
maybe, yeah. Maybe in that time frame when I was a kid, I would have thought of that as be more mind blowing and funny at the time.
So that was it for our other reviews that we look at online. We'll get into our own reviews here. I'll go first with mine. So, like, I don't know, this movie, it found it, I guess the worst thing for me was like, it just felt cringe. A lot of it kind of just felt cringe. And I couldn't ever get fully on board. I liked a lot of the practical effects and stuff they were doing. That was all really nice and stuff. But the bulk of the story of what the movie is like a lot of just horny jokes and horny teens, and it's not done in a way that I would like to watch, I guess. Yeah. So I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. Like, again, like, so someone wouldn't really watch it again. If it was on, I might leave it on or whatever, but it's not something that I think I would, hey, let's watch this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. If I'm feeling horny, I might rewatch it again or something.
Slow down when they're putting the pictures of boobs in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though you can just see them online for free nowadays.
Yeah. Back in the day, you just hit pause. You got to make sure you get it just right, and you don't got the line in the middle. My review is exactly the same as yours. It is a 6.5 movie for me.
Oh yeah.
I a lot of the things that you like the practical effects, the cool, crazy things, I like that stuff. But I also felt that the story was up and down. It wasn't very well fleshed out. I thought the story and the characters. There was some cringe moments, exactly. So it was definitely a movie of its time. I feel like it hasn't aged as well as they might have wanted to. But it was still enjoyable. Watch it again, maybe at some point. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I like how we seem to get a lot of them. We're right around the same, or exactly the same on our scores. It's weird.
It's surprising. Yeah.
There's a few we're off.
Oh yeah.
I think it's more of a genre thing that we have. But
for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was Weird Science. That was the last movie for our buddy comedy month. But we will have a new theme coming up for next month.
Yeah.
My choice, I guess.
April, what is it?
So I kind of want to do something fun and a little bit different, because a lot of the stuff that I've been picking lately has been older films. Mm-hmm. So I wanted something where I knew I could pick something fresh and not so old. We're going to go with biopics. We're going to watch biopics.
Okay. So
tune in for the month of April, where we're going to be talking about biopic movies.
Or biopics. That's what I like to say.
But as far as where you can find you at?
You can find me all over the place. I am countryboy_9, but I'm also countryboy9er, a whole bunch of different places. Like right here on YouTube, or I'm on Letterboxd where I do reviews, or I'm on Instagram and Twitter, and even on PlayStation. I do a bunch of video games that I play, like right now, playing Doom, The Dark Ages, which is probably out of date by the time you watch this episode, but that's what I'm playing right now. Yeah. So go ahead and check me out all those different places.
And I am The Lewis Lightning. I am also on Twitch. I like The Lewis Lightning. It's all one word. Put it in there. I'll be playing something current, at least current to me. Could be Assassin's Creed Shadows. Could be God of War Goes to Sparta, or something else that's kind of recent, fairly recent. And you can also find me on YouTube. I have my own channel, The Lewis Lightning, all one word. Just like it is on Twitch. It's got older stuff from like the PS3 era. Like we do have some games we play as buddies. Like we have Resistance 3 we played together.
Yeah.
And then I know I played with my brother. We played some of the Army of Two games. I think like the 40th day we played together.
Okay.
You can check that stuff out on there. Or you can catch both of us with our other buddy on Wasted Opinions.
Yeah.
We talk about video games there. We talk about movies. We talk about TV shows, comic books, food, music, whole lot of things.
You name it, we talk about it.
Yeah. That's going to be it for this review of Weird Science.
Month, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go and make a girl so I can watch her in the shower. See ya.
So you're the Gary, I'm the Wyatt.
Like my whole thing is like I always got Weird Science, or She Blinded Me with Science, confused with the song from here, Weird Science. And I know, it doesn't make sense in the intro, but I'm going to talk about it later. I'm going to mention it. But anyways.
Hey, now we got a stinger we can just do.
Yeah.
So I already did 2 reviews. And so the last review I have here is a 5-star review. Last time I saw this was like 10. Sorry, try it again. It's a good thing we just started. Ugh. And so kitty, you're gonna throw off the believability that this is seamless. I don't care. He's fine. He can stay, or she can stay if she wants.